What's going on, everybody? It's your boy DT. Welcome back, baby.
I am
We are
back.
back.
What it do,
Look,
baby?
go ahead and smash the like button for the algorithm and let's get into it. All right, so you see the topic. We're talking about abuse. So recently I was watching Sunday morning service from my church called The Mount. And shout out to The Mount because they do these panel discussions every year that's very informative. It's very practical, and I think a lot of great questions come from this discussion. And a lot of churches don't do this, so I love it. But in this discussion, it's a panel full of married couples, and the audience can text questions anonymously to the panel, and then the panel kind of give their experiences or expertise on the topic. So one of the topics or one of the questions that came up was, how do you deal with a husband that's verbally and emotionally abusive? Now there were a lot of great answers to this question, but I want to offer a different perspective from a person who's been a Title IX investigator and from my own experiences. I think a lot of times we throw out terms, especially in this generation. We're quick to call things what is not. And sometimes we use terms too loosely, like abuse. And in this case, the woman is saying that her husband is verbally and emotionally abusive. What does that mean? So I think the first thing is we have to step back and kind of analyze, okay, is this abuse? Because what some people call abuse is just the fact that you don't know how to respond to a man, or you didn't grow up in a household that was ran by or led by a man. So you're not used to responding to a man and responding to authority. You're not used to somebody having some kind of authority over you or somebody leading you. So everything this man does and says, it's abuse. If he doesn't agree with you, it's abuse. If he doesn't talk to you the way that you should, that you think he should talk to you, he's not being mean, he's not yelling, but he's not talking to you in that soft princess voice that you think he should be talking to you in, you call that abuse. And a lot of times we use these words too loosely, and we have to be careful how we just throw out terms into the atmosphere like that, because abuse is not universal. And what I mean by that is what one person might call abuse, another person might call normal. So I'll give you an example. So how can I so I was dating this person, and this person called me emotionally and verbally abusive. That's the first time in my entire life that anyone I've ever dated have told me that. And I've been in some relationships where they were very, very transparent and real with me. So I asked this person to give me an example of me being verbally and emotionally abusive. And this is the example this person gave me. So we're in Walmart, there's a long line, and I'm talking about the line is from the register to the clothing area, right? And we have a basket full of stuff. And so I'm at the belt, I'm putting stuff on the belt from the basket, and she's handing me those items. Now, Mind you, it's a long line behind us, right? She's handing me the items one by one. We got a basket full of stuff. She handed me these items one by one. So I simply turn around. I'm like, babe, like, give me like 3 or 4 items. Come on now. We got a lot of people behind us. We got to put this stuff on the belt so we can get up out of here. Get out these people's way. Like, we don't have time for you to just be handing me one can at a time. Give me like 2 or 3 things at a time. She said in that moment that was emotionally abusive. Fast forward to another relationship, I did the same exact thing. And I got a totally different response from in that new relationship. Well, that person was like, oh, dang, my bad, babe. You're right. Let me go ahead, hurry up and give you this stuff so we can get up out of here, get these people's way. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by sometimes abuse is not what people make it out to be. And because it's not, how they would like for you to respond in that moment, because it is maybe different, or they're not used to responding to a man or having a man lead them, they call that abuse. So we have to be careful how we throw out these terms, and we try to paint a narrative about a person, calling this person abusive, when in all actuality it's us. And that brings me to my next point. Sometimes, because the woman is saying, my husband is being verbally and emotionally abusive. Sometimes a person might be verbally and emotionally abusive, but guess what? They didn't wake up saying, oh, today I'm going to verbally and emotionally abuse my wife. They didn't wake up saying that. And a lot of times their abuse is in response to the abuse that you are showing them. Oh my God. Their abuse is in response to the abuse that you are presenting to them. So because you come out of your mouth sideways and your tongue is sharp, they feel like they got to come out of their mouth sideways and have a sharp tongue as well. Now, it is not right, but the only problem is you only hear this from one person. It's a one-sided story. You hear, oh, he was verbally and emotionally abused, but we never hear that the woman was the one that was emotionally and verbally abusing, and out of the abuse that she's displaying, his response is what he's getting. So he's just giving the energy that he's given. So that's why I say, man, we have to be careful how we throw out these terms, because everybody, you have some people that say, oh, he's toxic, and it could be for the smallest thing. Oh, just because I came in the house and I caught you on the phone gossiping to your homegirls, and I tell you, hey, baby, can you get off the phone while all that gossiping and stuff? Like, come on, man, that's crazy. That's toxic. And you have people that literally say that. Everything is toxic. And then my last point is when you're talking about abuse, we also have to be careful, because these things can become legal. And if you get in the courtroom and you throw out these terms, you throw out, oh, this person was abusive, in the court of law, you have to prove that. In family court, you have to prove that. If you're saying this person was verbally, mentally, physically abusive, you have to prove that. You can't just come out and say these things, because they're going to ask you, okay, where's the proof? Where's the police reports? Where are the testimonies? What evidence do you have? Text messages, recorded conversations. Like, you have to prove these things. And a lot of times you get in court and those allegations fall apart. because we take things that are not and we just inflate them to a level that is way beyond what it really is. So I'm not discounting, people that are out there and they're really going through verbally, emotionally, and physical abuse. I'm not discounting that, because there are people out there going through some real verbal, emotional, and physical abuse. But in my experiences, both personally and professionally, working in Title IX investigation, you see a lot of times what people call abuse is just inflation. So I just want to throw that out there, and process it how you may, but sometimes we need to take a look at ourselves and say, hey, am I being emotionally and verbally abusive? And is it just this person responding out of what I'm dishing out? Because a lot of times we can't take what we dish out. All right. Once again, I hope you guys love this segment. Smash the like button, share it. Peace. I'm out of here.